Brown is awkward. He's awkward through turn
He's
one.
off,
He's off the circuit. Another car going off. That's Cameron.
Both
Tander's in there.
Tries, there's contact! Hit that!
It's over and under. This is really good, hard racing. Aaron Cameron got around.
And we've got a move for the lead. Brown all locked up.
Cars lining up for this first race in round 4 of the series. 40 series points on the line. Martin second, Will Brown next, then O'Keefe, then D'Alberto, then Russell Ingall. Jordan Cox next. Jump on board with Russell Ingall, and he is fighting hard. He is covering off Jordan Cox in the Alpha, who looks to the outside.
Russell said to us before the start of the race he thought he had a car underneath him that could have challenged for pole position. He was smiling brightly.
Here's Russell Ingall, teammate for the weekend in that Castrol-backed number 100 car. I couldn't help but think of the irony today because Russell qualified 5th. He was only in 10th from pole position. He went 280 on supercar rounds and got 1 pole, and in his second TCR round, he very nearly grabbed one. He would have loved $1,000 too.
He sure would have.
Last time I saw him on the podium here at Queensland Raceway, I think it was with Paul Morris's team, and he cracked a tear that day. If you're on the podium, there might be another tear or two. D'Alberto has dropped a spot here. Ingall is through. O'Keefe is through. There's the Honda back to 4th. So I thought I saw out the commentary box window a change. So O'Keefe's to 2nd, Ingall to 3rd. D'Alberto drops off the podium.
So let's have a little look here going into turn
That's
1.
D'Alberto. That's what he did. Yep, turn 1, off the road. Handballed the trophy to the enforcer. And it's the Frenchman who arrives on debut in TCR Australia and has street of the field. The Aussies will have to step up tomorrow. He takes race 1 at Queensland Raceway. Fastest lap of the race. Dylan O'Keefe, 2nd place in the Alfa Romeo. There's good points for him. And Russell Ingall makes it 2 Audis on the podium. The enforcer finishes in 3rd.
There'll be no happier face than this bloke here on the podium. 2nd time in TCR. How good's that feel?
Mate, I reckon it's been a while between drinks since you interviewed me on a podium. It's been a while, yeah, fantastic. Great news, there was a bit of action going on at the start, and I've got a very good coach with Jay Sasso, who I worked with at Walkinshaw, and he said, mate, watch out for the first few laps. And it was right, there was mayhem going on, so for once I kept it clean, and yeah, we get a trophy and a slab of beer or champagne or whatever you get.
Race 2, round 4, Queensland Raceway. The enforcer and the kid on the front row of the grid, and the Alpha's made the jump to 1. Ingall slots across. He wants to cover off Tony D'Alberto. Oh, further back in the pack, there's drama. Contact on the way down there. James Moffat's involved.
We can see that Tony D'Alberto's been able to move ahead of Russell Ingall into 2nd position. That was a good battle between those guys as they ran through the first few turns.
There's O'Keefe, the leader, 1.98 seconds clear. But D'Alberto is coming under fire from Russell Ingall. The Audi's not going away. The pressure's on here though. Cameron sending it to the outside again, just probing the back of that Castrol Audi, number 100, trying to tuck it back in and get the run. This time across the line, 10 laps down, 21 laps, half-hour time races in TCR Australia, but this is a good fight.
Ingall.
Here we go, this is for
D'Alberto,
2nd.
yeah.
Side by side, the big beneficiary here might just be Aaron Cameron. You'll wait and watch and see, because 2 cars side by side at turn 1 can open up the door for turn 2. Let's see what happens here. Ingall down the inside, got it done. D'Alberto's in the dirty stuff, and he knows because he covers off Cameron, who can't dive, and that's let Ingall get margin. Now, the big question, can he go after the Alpha?
Brilliant stuff from O'Keefe, you'd have to say. I mean, built that lead. It's trimmed now to jump on a 2nd.
1 lap to go.
But is he just managing that? Is this about points? Is this about making the right...
Dylan O'Keefe fighting back in the car sales TCR Australia Series. He takes race 2 at Queensland Raceway. Great stuff for the Ash Seaward Motorsport team. Ingall 2nd.
Yesterday he went 3rd. Right now he's got 2nd. So the question for me is, can you go number 1 in the final of the weekend?
2, 3, 1. It's got a good ring, Rusty.
Have the little subtle things that you've learned between tail and bend and here help? Because you've got to drive these things a certain way, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. And coming to a track that I know, so I'm still learning the car, but at least I know the track. But I tell you one thing that you never forget, that's how to be competitive, mate. I tell you what, I was out there and I thought, you know what, 2nd's pretty good. and then I almost punched myself in the head. I'm going, are you kidding me? Let's go for first. It never goes away no matter how old you are.
Queensland Raceway, round 3. Ingall's made a good jump. Delberto's made a better one. Second row of the grid. The Honda will make it 3 wide on the run down at turn number 1. Ingall's in the middle. Delberto going the long way. The Alpha leads the way. Close start. Much closer this time around. Ingall with the inside. Turn 2. And look for Cameron to get a run here, get down the inside and challenge at turn 3.
Tony Delberto is on the outside. He's not ideally placed as they run down to 3. Ingall moves to cover. The hard charging VW with his stablemate in Aaron Cameron. Great start by Dylan O'Keefe. From what we saw in the commentary box, the front wheels for Russell Ingall got a little bit of tyre smoke as he gassed it up, put that 420 newton metres of torque, 350 horsepower to the ground, and tried to stay with Dylan O'Keefe off the line.
With Russell Ingall behind the wheel, P2, 1.6 seconds away from the lead, but he hasn't really just been able to get onto the back of the Alpha. Emma?
Joe Sasso on the radio to Russell Ingall. Just 4 laps to go. My question to you is, can you catch him?
He's doing everything he can. He closes the gap, but then Dylan responds. So if he's consistent and keeps doing what he's doing, he's got a chance of doing it, but it's up to Dylan to make a mistake at this stage.
Checkered flag is waiting at the start-finish line. Dylan O'Keefe is looking for win number 4 this year to equal the most number of wins in 2019. He's at the final turn. The Alfa Romeo is flying. Beautiful job. O'Keefe wins race 3. Ingall second.
3 races, and if my math is correct, that's 3 trophies for you for the weekend. How good.
I know why they got these guards like this, so you can sit on it. Because I'll tell you what I needed. I had to work for that one. Yeah, isn't it ironic? We got Barry Hay and Matty Black, who worked on my championship-winning 2005 supercar. They're working on that, and it's number 9 with O'Keefe. So how's that for a horror?
I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, and it looks like they tuned that up as good as they tuned my SBR Falcon up. So, yeah, look, good race. I thought I was tracking him down in that second race, or the first race today, and I thought I'd do the same, but they must have tuned it up. I couldn't actually get to him, but good fight off the start with Tony. It was pretty hairy through, but I wasn't going to feed him off. He's a good mate. So.